Several years ago, I went out to Santa Fe, New Mexico, and attended a program out there as a psychologist called Creativity and Madness. It was a wonderful program. There was a psychiatrist who played the first movement of the Tchaikovsky piano concerto, talked about how depressed Tchaikovsky was, and Emily Dickinson, and all the. And I guess what really struck me when I was out there as a psychologist, what really struck me was that Uncle Maurice may have been so affected by that 2 years in London that I wonder if it. I'm not saying he was mad. I know when they were talking about creativity and madness, they were mostly talking about like not necessarily mental illness, but the impact of life trauma on artists. And as a psychologist, we've often said recently, are we medicating the creativity out of people? By giving them Prozac, by giving them, these antidepressants. And I remember sitting there and listening to some of the lectures on creativity and what fosters creativity. If you think about most of the really great artists, the poets, the artists, the Van Gogh, I mean, you start seeing that there's this strain of depression, we'll just call it depression and anxiety that sort of runs through most of that creativity. And I have often wondered about Uncle Maurice, his disconnect from the family, his narcissism, his grandiosity. Was it covering up something else? So there you have. I mean, I'm also Dr. Lewis, besides being a docent here at the Yiddish Book Center, but I remember thinking that about him, and I still think that about him. That came from someplace, that level of creativity. So I wonder about that.